are about to connect with people who are ready to bring you the most open, honest, and revealing life stories. Welcome to JourneyTV. Hi, and welcome to today's episode of JourneyTV. I'm Merlene Camille, your host, and today I'm here with Peteche Bethel. Peteche, welcome back to JourneyTV.
Thanks so much, Merlene. I'm so happy to be back for season 2.
Awesome. So I've had, several conversations with you. I feel like I know you know you.
Yes.
You are out there just, killing the game in every area that you touch. You have recently been called to the bar.
Yes.
You have a nonprofit organization, P3, yes. And you have recently entered into the world of beauty? Yes. Beauty pageant.
So hopefully I'll be your Miss World Bahamas 2021.
Hello. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
So introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay, so I'm Peteche Bethel. I was just called to the bar of the Bahamas and England and Wales in December of 2020. So now I'm a pupil attorney. I am the founder and president of the nonprofit organization, the Power, Passion, Purpose Project. And we helped young girls in senior high school to network and get internship opportunities as well as tutoring in school. And what else? Yeah, and I'm entering now the pageant journey. Mm-hmm. So that's very interesting as well.
Mm-hmm. So you set such high goals for yourself, and you are a lawyer, but now you've ventured into, you've set this goal of claiming the crown. Yes. Tell me again, which pageant is it?
Miss Bahamas World.
Miss Bahamas World, wow. Were you always like this? Tell me about little Peteche.
Right. So growing up, I was always out of the box, very outspoken, mm-hmm. very determined, a little young girl with 2 little puffs running around barefoot. But when I was 6 years old, my father passed away from lung cancer. Mm-hmm. So from that point going on, it was me and my mom, and she's an attorney as well. Mm-hmm. So for her, it was kind of making lots of sacrifices and just trying to figure out how to single parent a child. Mm-hmm. So growing up, I think I got a really good outlook on what it means to be an empowered young woman, mm-hmm. In the professional sphere, but as well as achieving your own personal goals as well. Mm-hmm. So I think it went back to when I was beginning high school. During the summers, I would go to these camps hosted by the Miss Universe organization, and the mentors were current title holders.
Wow.
So they kind of mentored me. They gave me a really good look into how you kind of balance what you want to do professionally, but also just being a good person, realizing that you can have it all. You can be pretty, but you don't have to be a mean person. Mm-hmm. You can be ambitious and you can do whatever you want to achieve. And that's what I've been doing with my girls at P3 as well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. So people get to see the success, right? This is how it goes. They see the success, but they have no idea what we go through behind closed doors. You have beautiful smile, just light all around you. When you speak, you carry light. But I am sure there were moments behind the scenes that you had to endure in order to get to where you are, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So help us to see that side of Peteche that the public does not get to see. What are the things that you had to endure to get here?
Okay, so when I graduated from QC, I made the decision to go to a boarding school that is world-renowned called United World College. That in itself was a questionable step by many people because I had done quite well in my national examinations. And to the average person, it seemed like it was a step back because it was like going into high school again. But for me, it was a lifelong dream that I wanted to achieve. It gave me the opportunity to live in Italy for 2 years and be surrounded by people from 180 different countries. Mm-hmm. And so I went there. I finished that in the 2 years and got my IB diploma. And then I applied for law school. Mm-hmm. And at that point, again, I had really good predicted grades, applied to my top schools in London, and didn't get into any. In fact, I only got into 1 out of 5 of the schools that I applied to. Mm-hmm. And that was like my safety choice. So that made me question a lot. It was like, okay, well, first of all, did I make the right decision to go to UWC? Because maybe if I had just applied from Queens College, I would have had the on-go. And then it was like, okay, well, am I actually good enough to be a lawyer? Which was the first time that I had even questioned that, because I was surrounded by female women attorneys everywhere, and they just had an aura about them that just made it seem so effortless and so easy. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go to this school and I'm gonna make the best out of that opportunity. I was determined to make sure that I was never in that position again, and that I would always be able to walk into the door that I had selected.
So for someone who has been a high achiever, like all of your life, you've been able to set goals, and you set very high goals for yourself, and you conquer all of them. This was the first big blow that made you feel like a failure, question everything. And for someone like you, I know that you plan out your life.
I do.
You plan out your life. You have the vision set. So this was like, what do I do now?
Exactly.
But we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will find out what you did in fact do. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Nkosi Kweku-Simonet, CEO and Operations Manager at Sign Island. Sign Island started from desperation. My wife went ahead and bought the first printer. I still have no idea how we are where we are. I owe it all to my staff and my customers. You need support. One man is not an island. You can't do it on your own. If you think you can do it on your own and you are succeeding, you can do even more with a little bit of support. The support I've got from my clients has been amazing.
Welcome back. But if you are just joining us, I'm here with Peteche Bethel, and we're going to continue to hear about her journey. So Peteche, before the break, you talked about just the goal that you had set to become a lawyer, because of course your mom was a lawyer, and you had so many other powerful women around you who was in that field, and you made the step to apply to your top schools. You did not get into 4 of those top schools that was on your list, but you did get into the one that was your safety net, like you said. And earlier, I've mentioned you are a high achiever. For someone who is a high achiever, for someone who plans out most of their life, that's a blow.
Yeah.
That's a blow.
I think you hit it right on the head early, and I did feel like a failure for a very long time. And for my first year there, I was very confused, didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of just stayed in my room and stayed into my bubble, which was something that I had never experienced before, because I've always been outgoing, always been immersed in so many activities. And then I just said, okay, well, Peteche, you have 3 more years to be here. Either you could be miserable or you can make the best out of the situation. So that's what I started to do. And I started to find things that I liked doing again. So I joined the dance competition squad. I joined the Law Society, and eventually upon graduation, I was the president of the Law Society. And yeah, during that time, I actually realized that it was better that I was there, because I did a double major at that university in psychology and law, and I ended up graduating with a first, and with 2 prizes in negotiation.
Wow. Completely turned it around.
Absolutely.
And stepped back into your greatness when you never left it. But internally for you, that's how you processed it.
Yeah, but during that time too, I also think I had to find myself. Studying law definitely brought me closer with my relationship with God, and also just finding things that balance my anxiety, whether that be through meditation or yoga, or doing things that I like to do, like painting and dancing. And a lot of that is what I had to carry through into bar school the year after I graduated, because when you get into that field, everybody knows that they want to be attorneys. Everybody is already the top of their class. So you're no longer a special person. You're competing against the best of the best in the world. And you don't have anything in your favor because you're an international student. So you start to question a lot of things, even down to the way that you speak. You don't speak with an English accent. Everything sounds completely different. And you start to internalize and think about these little nitty-gritty things that I don't think the normal person, it doesn't even cross their mind. So yeah, I had to kind of really step back and think first of all, is this something that you want to do for the rest of your life? Because it's very stressful, very time consuming and demanding, but also what are you going to do to find the balance and to ensure that you are enjoying your life and you are enjoying your career? So
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of pressure.
Yes.
But it sounds like you manage the pressure well. Like you said, you're finding the balance, right? Earlier you talked about going to camps and being mentored by, you know, just older young women, and now you're actually giving back. Just talk more about that.
Okay, so when it comes to P3, one thing that we do is a one-to-one mentorship program, and that's very important for us at the organization. We focus on academia, but we also try to give them tips and tools on everything that you're required to do to be a successful young woman. So we focus on self-development and motivation, financial management and planning, entrepreneurship, art, philanthropy. We go through etiquette and sort of everything that gives you the full picture of what it means to be a woman. And for me, that's very impactful. I love my personal protege. She's doing really, really well, and she's now doing the IB, so I can kind of talk her through that as well. But also the connection that I have with the other girls, I think when you have so many different girls that come from different walks of life, because we have private and public school students and girls from the family islands as well, you just kind of see that while they are all different, dealing with different problems, they're all so alike. And at the end of the day, they just want to make their parents proud. They want to be the best version of themselves, and they want to learn as much as possible. So it's comforting for me to know that everything that I've been through and all the second guessing that I've done myself, I can now talk them through kind of calming themselves down and giving them tools to empower themselves.
Awesome. So one thing you did not mention in our conversation, but you have told me, is that you got scholarships to go to throughout, you know, your education.
Yes.
Yeah. So you continue to push, and like you said, you grew up in a single parent home, and you're giving back. Where does this strength come from? This strength and this just determination, like just to completely shatter the glass ceilings.
I think at the root of it all, it's making my mother proud.
Oh, wow.
I know how hard she worked to sort of give me the life that I needed and that I wanted and that I desired. There was nothing that I ever asked for that I did not have. So just making sure that at the end of the day, she is proud, that's what really fuels me.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, she has to be an amazing woman, because you are an amazing woman, so you got it from somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes,
Awesome.
thank you.
So I just want you to encourage young women out there, whether they're, you know, small or teenagers, just to keep going and keep pushing, and just to, you know, how do they get that resiliency and to just push forward?
Okay, so one thing I would say is that you can do whatever you want to do. I don't care how crazy, how big, how large the dream may seem. If that dream isn't better than you, that dream came from God, and He will always give you the tools and the people and just surround you with the comfort that you need and the grace that you need to continue to excel. I am in a journey myself right now, which is very difficult because I've just started working, and I'm also preparing for a pageant. So that means that I'm working from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then I have to be back up for 4:45. And that is difficult going through it. But at the end of the day, you always have to just maintain a positive mindset and just stay in a space of gratitude. And at the end of the day, just stay focused on your goals, and you can absolutely do it.
Peteche, thank you so much for joining us here on JourneyTV. We wish you all the best in your venture of claiming this crown. We will be cheering for you.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait to come back as Miss Bahamas World 2021 on season 3.
Awesome, awesome. We'll be right back after this break.
Want to learn more about our guests? Subscribe to Footprints Journey blog, where special features will be released to give you more insight into their journeys and allow you to ask them questions.
We want you to journey with us. Footprint!
I am an overcomer.
I am an overcomer.
I am an overcomer.
And you? You are an overcomer. I know because you have endured and persevered through so many of life's biggest challenges.
Join us for stories like yours, stories of incredible strength, courage, and survival. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on RTV.
JourneyTV.
JourneyTV.
We share
life's truths.
The Give Back, presented by Ensure. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
My name is Delisa Ferguson. I am the wife of the late Japhet Demetrius Ferguson, aka Lyrically Blessed. The name of the organization, the non-profit, is the Japhet Lyrically Blessed Ferguson Foundation, and it was started to honor his legacy. The organization, it seeks to pretty much carry on that which my husband has started. I know that he has done a lot in the community through his style of worship, the way that he had decided to give back his time here on earth. And the organization we wanted to extend his impact through this nation through 3 pillars of the organization, one being health awareness, mentorship, and outreach. So far, over the past 2 years, a year and a half rather, we have fed over 100 families during the COVID time last year. We did a single mother give back. We called it a single touch for a single mother. It was back to school, a back to school initiative. We did an initiative during the Hurricane Dorian saga, if we can call it that. And it's so much more that we intend to do for year 2021 and beyond. There is a lot of initiatives on the table and a lot more I'm looking forward to. Well, with the give back, it's mostly those that are less fortunate in terms of their physical needs of food, clothing, whatever, however we can meet those needs. And then there are those of with the health awareness aspect of the foundation. We want to target those that feel that they may need help in the mental area or the physical area, however it may be. But we really want to inform the public. We want to make an impact and we want to inspire. And the whole idea is to really encourage people to be the best versions of themselves in every aspect of life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Well, the organization is always looking for hands. We always need support to get the work done. And so if you're willing and able to lend your support through volunteering or sponsorship, we are more than happy to have you. You can reach out to us on Facebook on the Lyrically Blessed fan page or Delisa Ferguson, or also you can send an email at jlbffoundation@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Move with strength and energy. Drinking Ensure, you get vitamins, minerals, and up to 30 grams of high-quality protein. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
Philippa, earlier we met just the dynamic personality of Peteche Bethel. She, of course, smashes all of her goals, is willing to work hard to achieve them, and she's found great success throughout her journey so far. But of course, she spoke of that one incident where she didn't accomplish what she wanted to accomplish with where she wanted to be as far as the school of her choice.
Yeah, so her story was amazing. She's definitely an achiever, and she's a prime example of goal setting and how it's quite possible to attain the goals that you set for yourself. Once they are attainable, they are incremental, they're small enough. Prime example. But I want to speak generally to what happens to a person or some persons when they've set a goal for themselves and they don't attain that particular goal, especially if it's one of those that's really high on their list and they don't attain it, they can begin to internalize what they're feeling. They can begin to feel a sense of sadness as well as depression. Now, how do you cope with that and turn that situation around?
Like how Peteche did.
Exactly, will depend on various factors: your personality, your support system, your innate drive, your desire, your own personal motivation to get up again and go after that thing. I am here in a professional capacity, but on a personal level, I can also relate to her story, being a high achiever, constantly creating goals for myself, striving towards those goals and attaining those goals. And I would have shared that attaining those goals would depend on your personality and your support system. Another aspect of that I want to share is that when you, as a high achiever, you set your goals and you attain your goals, that attainment is not just for you and the pride that it evokes in you or your immediate support system, but there are other persons, whether they be child, adolescents, or adults, who are out there in your community or who are out there in your network, and they are watching you set goals, attain goals, and that is inspiring or encouraging something in them. And then you can share, right, your tips and your strategies with them so that you can help them, because so many people struggle with goal setting. So if there is anyone out there who has experienced what she's experienced, or you've set goals for yourself and you've not attained them, whether it's not at all or within the time frame that you expected to, I want to say to you, exercise some compassion. Be compassionate with yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to learn from that failure. It's a matter of changing your perspective. So rather than seeing failure as the end, see it as an opportunity to improve upon, whether it's yourself or whatever it is that you may have engaged in. So change your perspective on failure, be compassionate towards yourself, and keep setting your goals.
Okay, awesome. And thank you for being an example for us. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, give love and light to the people around you, but most importantly, don't you forget to give it to yourself. Join us next time for more JourneyTV.